Who's up for doing something good in this world?
If their callous indifference and rank hypocrisy were benign, but it's not. Your indifference costs these men and women their most valuable commodity, time. It's the one thing they're running out of. This should be flipped. This hearing should be flipped. These men and women should be up on that stage, and Congress should be down here answering their questions as to why this is so damn hard and takes so damn long. And why, no matter what they get, something's always pulled back, and they got to come back. Mr. Johnson, you made a point earlier, and it was one that we have heard over and over again in these halls, and I couldn't help but to answer to it, which was, you said, look, you guys are obviously heroes, and 9/11 was a big deal, but, we have a lot of stuff here to do. And, we got to make sure there's money for a variety of disasters, hurricanes and tornadoes. But this wasn't a hurricane, and this wasn't a tornado. And by the way, that's your job anyway. We can't fund these programs. You can. Setting aside that no American in this country should face financial ruin because of a health issue. Certainly 9/11 first responders shouldn't have to decide whether to live or to have a place to live. And the idea that you can only give them 5 more years of the VCF because you're not quite sure what's going to happen 5 years from now, well, I can tell you, I'm pretty sure what's going to happen 5 years from now. More of these men and women are going to get sick, and they are going to die. And I am awfully tired of hearing that it's a 9/11 New York issue. Al-Qaeda didn't shout death to Tribeca. They attacked America, and these men and women, and their response to it is what brought our country back. It's what gave a reeling nation a solid foundation to stand back upon, to remind us of why this country is great, of why this country is worth fighting for. And you are ignoring them. And you can end it tomorrow. Why this bill isn't unanimous consent and a standalone issue is beyond my comprehension. And I have yet to hear a reasonable explanation for why. It'll get stuck in some transportation bill or some appropriations bill and get sent over to the Senate, where a certain someone from the Senate will use it as a political football to get themselves maybe another new import tax on petroleum, because that's what happened to us in 2015. And we won't allow it to happen again. Thank God for people like John Field. Thank God for people like Ray Pfeiffer. Thank God for all of these people who will not let it happen. They responded in 5 seconds. They did their jobs with courage, grace, tenacity, humility. 18 years later, do yours. Thank you.
Okay, here's the problem that we have. These congressmen and senators, who do they work for? They work for the people who pay them the most money. Yeah, you pay their salaries with your taxes. Does anybody else pay these guys? Big pharma, corporations, Wall Street, China. Guys, they're going to work for the people who pay them the most money. These 9/11 responders, they don't pay them any extra money. They don't have the same money as Wall Street or China. The bottom line is, people say, well, we have rights, we have rights. I hate to say it, guys, but you really don't. And these congressmen don't think you deserve it either. Ted Cruz voted against this 9/11 bill. It did finally pass with the help of Jon Stewart. But some of the congressmen voted against it. Some of the senators voted against it. I think Mitch McConnell was another one. But the thing is, these politicians work for whoever pays them the most money, and that is not you. Jon Stewart, I applaud you for what you're doing. I wish we had more people like this. This is an activist we should be like if we want to try to make a difference. He has made a difference, a big difference in the lives of people. You know, he's a pillar, he's a role model. Not like these First Amendment frauditors. But where are we going? Where are we going in this country? Because, let's face it, we don't have the deep pockets of Wall Street or Big Pharma or China or any of those other guys.
On a routine transatlantic Zeppelin flight, Olympic decathlete Dieter Goldwitzer was struck by lightning and transformed into...
With the strength of the storm. With the power of thunder. With the speed of electricity. From Uberman to Uber hero, he's the one who bad guys hero, using his mind to win every fight. In the name of sport, he's big.
Starring Hubertus von Stromwitz as Blitzmensch, Sabina Vogel as Fraulein Fox. And this week's enemy, special guest star Franz Lutold Sonnenschein as the Illegal Eagle.
It's your German woman. Boy, I don't know, man. We'll just buckle down and practice a couple times.
So, Americans, are you going to the concert tonight?
Oh, Jeb here is. He's a big fan of DK for Ain't Jeb.
The music makes me happy. What's wrong with that, Wayne? Nothing wrong with that, Jeb.
I like your style, Americans. Very good. You're part of the Reich now, subject of the great Führer. I hope for your sake you consider the Reich and all its glorious people your own.
Yes, of course, sir. Sure.
Let me give you some free advice. You are witnessing a new dawn for America. You have a choice in this new world, because the time will come when, how do you say, the wheat detaches from the chaff. Have you taken your German lessons?
Oh, yes, sir.
Good. You, how do you say thank you in German?
Oh, of course, sir. Let me see. It's,
Yes.
dank,
Yes, out with it.
danky.
My God.
Was that all right?
No, that was terrible. You're butchering my beautiful language. It's...
Electric shaving is fast and easy, except when you want a really close shave. Because to get a really close shave, you have to go over and over your skin. To help end this situation, there's Williams' Electric Shave. Its special formula makes your whiskers stand up, so you can shave off your beard without having to go over and over the same spots. Electric Shave. And now there's new Electric Shave Tender Face for men with tender faces. Electric Shave!
Honey, what are you doing?
Plugging in my Electric Shave.
What are you doing now?
Drying my beard with Electric Shave.
It looks like you're wetting your beard with electric shave.
The special ingredients in Electric Shave dry my beard so it stands up and I can shave it off with less friction.
Oh.
And if you don't mind my saying so, less irritation.
Oh.
To get a really close, comfortable Electric Shave, get a really dry beard. Wet it first with...
Electric shave.
Look at this perverted cocksucker. Peeping Tom, Jason Gutter Trash. You pervert! Look at that bastard. Yeah. This guy cannot help but be but people idolize him. Why? I don't know. You call this an activist? Jon Stewart is. This jackass, he's a grifter. And speaking of jackasses...
Right there's the handicap space.
Actually, that's not the handicap space.
He's on the handicap space.
Now, the guy is over the line. I get it.
How many laws are you willing to break here for a meeting?
I think I'm a pretty nice guy.
Aren't there idling laws as well?
Yeah, 15 minutes. Well, that's why we got them.
Actually, no. It's not a big deal.
I wonder if he's going to be so upset.
Sure it's it's a truck owned by someone in this office. Are you sure about that?
Well, first of all, if it's not this guy's, it's someone that's in.
Captain Douche.
Oh, wow, you're so offensive.
Look at his that's his license plate.
What the hell's going on with this? Okay, this fat Josh Abrams, that fat bastard. Okay, so what we have is a guy, he did park over the line. Okay, I get it. I mean, not a big deal, not the end of the world, but they're going to make it that way.
There's a hat of some kind on the other side.
Okay, so the guy is over the line a little bit, but is that anything to get in a twist over? Okay, he's going through the guy's stuff, all right.
They went to Dunks.
And then he goes to complain about it.
Idling laws as well?
Yeah, 15 minutes. Well, that's why we got.
Actually, that's not the law, but okay. And this goes on for like hours, I
You
guess.
guys seem pretty upset about free Americans expressing their
And then the guy leaves. Okay, he leaves. Yeah, he was idling. No big
He
deal.
thought he had strong enough pull to do what he did, which is exactly why he sat there for
And
so
look at
long
this.
and didn't care about.
Okay, this guy calls himself an activist. She gets his butt on camera. Okay, he wants to make a big case out of it.
That was quick.
That is not a freedom fighter, guys. This is a jackass. And he's looking for any excuse to be a jackass.
She was able to come and speak to.
And then they file some complaints. This takes like hours.
He's a volunteer in the water commission.
And this goes on and on and on.
So you guys have 9 business. I filled it out, so just 9 days will be great.
No.
I filled out the records request, so just hopefully have it back.
You to talk to you about this joke.
I don't think that they understand that they don't have like when you work for the government, you have limited First and Fourth Amendment rights.
It's very
That's just
funny.
a fact.
She made me laugh because she sounded so stupid.
Well, she's dumb. But the dumb one is
Okay, the bottom line is they did catch a guy. He did cross the line in the parking. He was there temporarily, and they're making a big case out of it. Mistakes happen. Now, here's the problem with handicap parking. I am handicapped. I'm legally handicapped. I'm a disabled war veteran, thanks to the war. I cannot park in handicap parking. Well, why not, you say? I mean, you got a handicap tag on your car. That's not the issue. The issue is people like Josh Abrams or Amagansett Press who will do things to your vehicle because they don't believe you're handicapped. Yeah, you have a handicap tag. You got a disability rating, but they don't believe it. They think you're just making that up. Or that you're driving somebody else's car and you shouldn't be there. So having a handicap tag does not, convince them to leave you alone for parking in handicap parking. The problem is these people vandalize vehicles. They smash windows, they flatten tires, and a lot of people have had their vehicles vandalized because they parked in handicapped parking. And I'm talking about legitimate people with handicap tags. Yeah. That goes on, and the people doing it are people like Amagansett Press in a sudden pig pen and fat Josh Abrams. Yeah. That's the problem with America going in that direction. America's going in the wrong direction. Now, people like Jon Stewart are trying to help out. Amagansett Press and Josh Abrams are trying to, run it down into the cesspool. And Congress just doesn't give a shit.